So today I'm going to be reviewing the Honda Jazz. Now this Honda Jazz is something very special, everyone, because you see, for a long time the Honda Jazz had a reputation for looking generic. They had a styling that just was never appealing to everybody. But there was one pronounced advantage the Honda Jazz always had. It was very economic and it was also very reliable. This Honda Jazz doesn't look any different to its previous generations in terms of the advantage. The starting price of the Honda Jazz is between 22,000 euros and 23,000 euros. But this particular Honda Jazz costs around 27,000 euros. Now, is this good value for money or not? We are going to determine this in a moment, everyone. And we're going to find out if this Honda Jazz has everything it takes to beat its previous generations. Let's get on with this review right now. This Honda Jazz comes with a 1.5 hybrid petrol engine, guys. And this is no ordinary plug-in hybrid, guys. This is a self-recharging hybrid, so it's all with the thermic heat from the brakes. So first, I would like to start by talking about the exterior design of this Honda Jazz. I'm actually very impressed with how it has evolved. Let's look at it from the side. From the side of this Honda Jazz, I'm under the impression it has been very evolutionary. I don't see much change compared to its previous generation, aside from the fact that maybe it's just a bit taller than its previous generations. I'm not really certain. However, it seems to me that they have taken a very nice change for this Honda Jazz, because this is the first time I see they've made the front rather aerodynamic. The air intake is over here. That's very good. And I like how they have this whole front that is covering the grille. So it looks like a smiley face in some ways. I'm impressed with the design of this headlight. I like this LED daytime running light, and then also you have the LED headlight, and then the fog lamps are hiding underneath over there. Very conventional. I am very impressed with the front styling. I really like it. It looks aerodynamic and it looks like something more special than its previous generations. Oh, this is interesting. I don't know if it's just me, but I noticed there's this diagonal thing going on. Like, look at this. This line continues all the way here, and this goes there. I like how this window extends all the way until the badge area, and then it covers the top of the lights. So the lights and the window are together, separated by this line. The line under the rear light, and of course, proudly written Jazz over there. It's very interesting how they did this fuel cap. It seems like as if they just did one line here, and then this and this is attached to the fuel cap. So it's very good because conventional cars have a conspicuous fuel cap, which is around here, a nice circle or a square or a rectangle. Those wheels look very interesting. I like them personally. They pair very well with this Honda Jazz, in my opinion, and I really do appreciate this. The silver part of the wheel is supposed to be the hubcap, and the black part of the wheel is actually the steel wheel. So that's very interesting how Honda has kind of blended the design. It's as if they both are the same, they're both integrated. Nobody can tell them apart. Now, the aspect I really respect about this Honda Jazz is that it's not pretentious at all. It doesn't try or aspire to be something else. It just aspires to be itself. It's kind of like every Honda Jazz before it, except it looks more appealing than ever, guys. I really like the front, and also the design overall just looks very much modern, and it does look dimensionally somewhat bigger than its previous generations. Then for some reason you have something that looks like it was meant to be the reflective lighting. It's supposed to be some reflector for the night time, but it doesn't have any purpose whatsoever. It's just plastic from what I can see if you look carefully from here. For some reason, looking at those rear lights, is it just me, or does those rear lights look like they're a bit low quality? I'm not sure, guys. I mean, they look as good as they have to be for a car of this price and segment. I have no doubts. but I'm under the impression the quality is just not on par with this era. The interior design is far better than the previous generation Honda Jazz. I mean, look at it, guys. Just look at it. I love how Honda has played it linear in this interior. It looks way more interesting than the previous generation Honda Jazz. Just look at it, guys. Look. I like how everything is nicely laid out. It looks very organized. In fact, it looks very modern as well. Guys, this has to be the thinnest A-pillar I've ever seen on any car. Just look at how thin it is. Now, for a car of 2021, those A-pillars are very thin. So this is supposed to be your infotainment system. This is your climate control. Very organized and very neat. You get even heated seats, heated front seats. You get a 12-volt socket and then also USB connections. Guys, this has to be the first time I see front cup holders in this style. Just look at this, guys. You have one cup holder there and one cup holder here. Now, that is something I'm used to seeing in vans mainly, but in this Honda Jazz, it has it over here. I like how you have white lining trim throughout the interior, especially with leather. That's very nice. It looks rather modernized. I mean, look at it. I like how the way this infotainment system looked like it's been tacked onto the center. This is supposed to be your instrument cluster. You get your cruise control and your media control. Plus you get heated steering wheel. Oh, wow. That's a bit premium. So the thing to remark about this interior is that I've noticed it's got a very square theme to it. It's like everything is just so linear. Look at this, guys. This is linear all the way here. And then it goes around you. And it's also linear here. Now the visibility outside is so good. And, well, you get this whole space, guys. So it's as if it's a table. Extra storage space here. This glove box is actually quite big and spacious. I like how this steering wheel is a 2-spoke steering wheel. So you got one branch here, one branch there. This interior looks far better than the previous generation Honda Jazz. I really am impressed. However, whilst exploring this interior, I already noticed some questionable aspects. Is it just me, or does this area seem rather plain? Like, I don't see any function or any intelligent function of this area for some reason. Like, I don't see additional storage or anything. Not a wireless recharge pad for the telephone or anything. It's just there. It's just a tray to hold your telephone. So that's a bit questionable in my opinion. It's as if those were intended for extra options. But if those extra options are not added, they will just remain blank. I feel like the position of those cup holders are very questionable because they're right in front of the air vent. So if you have a tall can or such, this will obstruct the air vent flow. But then those aren't 100% meant to be cup holders, I guess. They can also be your micro storage space. So you can put coins or you can even put your telephone in there. The glove box was spacious, but this center storage is not the same as the glove box in my opinion. Like, look at it. It's rather narrow and it's not very, well, it's as deep as it has to be. It's average for this segment, but I don't feel like it's got enough space. It is unclear what was meant to be here. I think this is supposed to be an additional option for something, but if you don't choose that option, this will just remain there as plastic. This door is very nice. I like the design and everything, but in my opinion, the size of this bottle holder is rather small, so there's almost no chance you'll fit a big water bottle. You also have this narrow storage, so I'm assuming that's for your tickets or cards or even your coins again. And then also you have this door handle that can double as a pocket. It would have been better if this whole thing was digital, but it's okay. I mean, I can respect the design philosophy. And then for some reason you have exposed plastic over there. Now, exposed plastic which has no purpose whatsoever. That's good. I'm impressed with the position of the hood latch. That's very good. I like it how it's positioned like that so that there's no way you can accidentally pull the hood latch. You have to pull it with your fingers. So let's move to the rear of this Honda Jazz. This is the rear of the Honda Jazz, guys. I actually feel comfortable as I have to be. I have to praise how I have a lot of space, first of all. So I have enough knee room, I have enough leg room, and I have enough headroom as well. So as you guys can see, I have enough headroom, so my head is not touching the roof. That's very good. You have back seat pockets, very good. And also door handle that can double as a pocket. No air conditioning, no air vents. It's all just USB connections over there. You get this lighting at the center, so there's no lighting for the rear seat, guys. It's all here only. And then you get a nice upper handle, very good for when the ride gets bumpy. This storage space is very narrow and it's not very deep. I'm under the impression that the door design is a bit too plain. It's a bit, it looks very budget to me, especially for a car of this price. I'm under the impression there's some things that are sort of lacking, in my opinion. And that is, for a car of this price, I feel like there's too much hard plastic everywhere. It's ironic because at the front, you get leather. But here in the back seat, you get plastic. I mean, seriously, that's so unfair. This is the rear door of the Honda Jazz. I like how it looks very metallic. Actually, it does pair surprisingly well with this Honda Jazz. And now the way you close this boot door, you do not want to get dust on your fingers. So you have to put your finger here, and then you pull the rear door of this Honda Jazz down, like this. This is the rear storage of this Honda Jazz. Very interesting, guys. I think the space is a bit short, but it's still wide as it has to be for a car of this price and segment. I'm under the impression that the battery is hiding underneath the storage, so that's why it may not be very deep. You get tether points there and there as well. And also you get some hooks here. Here's my conclusion of the Honda Jazz. Did the Honda Jazz have everything it takes to beat its previous generations? Yes, I believe it did. Big time, guys. This Honda Jazz looks far better and appealing than the previous generation Honda Jazz. However, is this Honda Jazz good value for money or not? I have to say yes and no, guys. I cannot really say it's the best, but it is one of the best cars in terms of value for money. Let's start with a positive note. I feel like most of the value lies in the hybrid technology of this Honda Jazz. And then also, the interior is very nice. The quality is as good as it needs to be, especially for a car of this segment. It's not the best of style, but it's not the worst, guys. The styling has massively improved. And especially the equipment list was very nice. I was impressed with how big the glove box was. And also the heated steering wheel was something good, something premium in my opinion. A bit rare to find on a car of this segment. So I was a bit surprised I saw heated steering wheels in this car. Very good Honda Jazz. Aspect about this Honda Jazz, and that has to be the practicality, I'm afraid. The practicality was just not very much the best, I'd say. You're not buying this Honda Jazz for the identity. You're not buying this Honda Jazz for the style. You're buying this Honda Jazz because it's an economic, cheap to run, A to B, reliable car. Now, you want my opinion of this Honda Jazz? I love the Honda Jazz, guys. I think this Honda Jazz is far better than its previous generations. Now, it may have some questionable aspects, guys, but this car is not something you question if you want an A to B machine and you do not care about identity. You want something A to B, reliable, and, well, as good as it has to be for its own segment. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and stay tuned for more videos that are on the run.